Yeah, I've been here 4 days and I was really scared coming here. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know the food. I didn't know the language. I didn't know the customs. And it's been really great. I'm having a great time, knock on wood. Let's hope it keeps up. But the people have been so friendly. Everything is very well organized. The city is beautiful. I hope it keeps up. So far, 4 days in, it's been the best World Cup ever. Well, you know, I kind of got used to that. I've traveled to Cuba, Nicaragua during the Sandinista time. I'm used to seeing a lot of army people around, so that didn't freak me out too much. But the security is very onerous. Going into the stadium the first time, they take everything out of your bags and you go through the metal detector, and then the pat down is pretty aggressive. And that was a little disconcerting. You do see cops around a lot, and the presence is picking up. I saw busloads of soldiers coming into Moscow this morning. They're in the subway. I'm not really sure right now if I feel safer because of that, because I know that they're there, or if I feel unsafe because they need to be there. I'm not sure. We'll see how that plays out over the tournament. I think the language, because I could see myself getting lost and not being able to get around. But I found that people here in Moscow, a lot of them speak English, or at least know a little bit. There was one taxi driver that said he didn't know any English, and then spoke to me in English, and his English was very good. So, and even the people that don't speak English are very helpful. They'll point at things on a map and direct you certain ways. So the people have been very helpful. Now, ask me again in a couple of weeks what I think, because I'm going to a couple of the outlying cities where it's not cosmopolitan. There won't be any English. Oh, and by the way, there are Starbucks and Subways here, so that's good. Well, one thing that I think is going to be a difference, as opposed to Brazil, for example, is I do think the Russian team is going to go out very early. I think they become the second team ever to go out in the group stage. South Africa did in 2010, and I think the Russians will go out. And so I think that'll change. I think the Russian fans, you know, Russian fans bought 900,000 tickets. So regardless of what happens to the Russian team, they're going to be Russian fans at the games. I think it's going to free them up to cheer for whatever team they want. They're not going to feel the pressure to have to cheer for the home team. I mean, I think that's going to change the ambience a little bit. It's like if you go to a baseball game and you're at Dodger Stadium, everyone's cheering for the Dodgers. But if you go to another stadium, cheer for whoever you want. And I think that's going to be really kind of cool. I think the number one word I would use is passion. There's just a ton of passion for the sport, for the team, fun. I am a little concerned. People have talked a lot about the violence between the hooligans here, especially the English versus the Russians. I had not seen anything like that in the last two World Cups I went to, so I'm hoping people will be peaceful and have fun and enjoy the game. But I think the number one word, the thing that over everything, is passion. Oh, no question, Germany-Mexico. I'm really looking forward to that game. Another game that I think will be a lot of fun. I think the Germany-Mexico game will be competitive. I'm looking forward to Argentina-Iceland as well, although I think that game's going to be a little more one-sided. But just to see Iceland in their first World Cup, the smallest nation ever playing a World Cup, against Leo Messi and Argentina, I think that'll be amazing. Well, I haven't broken down the brackets. I know that Germany can meet Argentina in the semifinals. I think Germany makes it through, and you know, again, I haven't looked at the brackets. I don't know who they might meet, but I like the German team a lot. I like Belgium. I think Belgium's got a good chance. France, Spain, and Brazil. I think those would be my top 5 teams. Now, I like Mexico too. This is the strongest Mexican team ever, but they haven't scored in 3 of their last 4 games. They need to find some magic. They played so well during this World Cup qualifying cycle to get here and to kind of fall apart. Mexico has the talent to make a deep run, but not the way they're playing right now. Well, the people are great, and I love the metro, the subway. It's very efficient, it's very fast. A little hard to figure out where the trains are going. You kind of have to memorize it before you get there because you can't understand the Cyrillic. Some of the announcements are in English. That's helpful. The architecture of the buildings here are amazing. Right behind us, you can see some of Red Square, and just the architecture is wonderful, and the people are just so friendly. I didn't expect that, I have to say.